On the day 3 of CSS Beginners to Advanced series, and today we will be starting with CSS Flexbox. So let us wait for 1 to 2 minutes so that other people will also join. Well, in the meantime, let me have my setup. So we'll have a folder with the name as Flex, and let me drag and drop. We'll have the basic index file, index.html, and we'll have file.py. So this is a basic setup which I have done. Now let us wait for some. We'll wait for 1 to 2 minutes. Then we will start with the CSS Basics. So now the setup is ready. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Now 1 second. Let us wait for some time. Oh, so everything is ready by now. Okay, okay. So things are ready now. Now let us wait for some time so that people will join fast, and then we will start with CSS Flexbox. So things are ready with me now. So 1 second. 1 second. Mm. So let us wait for another 1 minute. Then we will start with CSS Flexbox. So let us start with Flexbox, because Flexbox is again a very important topic, and again it is a display property which is being managed by W3 schools and which is being innovated to make the web page responsive. Why responsive? Because before 2015 there were only two type of screens: the laptop or the desktop screen and the mobile screen. So only two type of websites have designed. One is for desktop view or the laptop view, and the another one is for the mobile view. And for the mobile view, they have the web page which where they have the website starts with m.facebook.com. I hope some of you will still remember it. And for the desktop view, it is simply facebook.com. Now, after some time, what is happening? The evolution, a change in the mobile industry has started coming. So what it will change? So what it has changed? Different type of screens have innovated, and also iPads, tablet with horizontal and vertical view. So they have started coming. So now the need for responsiveness has increased, and that is why CSS Flexbox and Grid have introduced by the W3 schools. So now let us start with the Flexbox. What is the Flex? So for the Flexbox, let me have the setup. So 1 second. What I will do here? Let me have a Control S, Control go live, and this is what the output will look like. Okay, fine. Perfect. Now let me use the link tag, and we'll have the style property here. Now for the style property, I have some my preset set of styles which I will be applying here. So what you have seen here is basically the set of styles which is there in front of the screen. Now, what is a flex box? Flex box is basically a flexible box. Flexible. And flex property will always be applied on the parent container. That is the thumb rule. Okay. Now here, if you see one thing which is very important to tell you, that flex property on will always be applied on the parent. So here we have the parent class. Parent class is a container, and let us start doing the dot container will have a display of sorry, typing mistake. Dot container display of flex. Now, what it did here as soon as I given display of flex. So display flex means it aligns everything in a row. So Flexbox works in one direction, that is the row direction, that is from left to right, and grid, which is again a display property which works in both the direction, that is from left to right and from top to bottom. So here, if you see dot container display flex, so it aligns the entire items in a single line, that is from left to right. Now, let me have a border property here. So we'll use a border of 5p solid with black color. So here, if you see border, we have given. Now here, what is happening? The border will end at the end of the page. So now if I give here inline flex, see here, as soon as I give inline flex here, the border ends where the item ends. So that is how it works like that. Now, after this inline flex, let us see the next direction, which is called the flex direction. So here, if I use FD flex direction, so by default, flex direction is row only. So if I give row here, one second. If I give row here, it will not change anything. But if I give column, now here the main axis which was from left to right is now from top to bottom. Okay, so that is how the main axis will change. And there is also a different axis which is called as the cross axis. So earlier, before giving the flex direction as column, earlier it was the main axis will be from left to right and the cross axis will be from top to bottom. So that is the entire flow. And as soon as I have given flex direction column, so the main axis will work from top to bottom and the cross axis will work from left to right. So that is how it works like that. Now if I have this it was like that. And there is some flux action. If I use row reverse, see in the descending order, and if I use column reverse in the descending order, it works like that. So that is how you can have the requirement. So let me have the column here. Now let us have, so my dear friends, please do like. Hello Rajiv, hello, I hope you are doing well. And guys, please do like the content. Please do like the content. And I hope you everybody is in our WhatsApp group. So in case someone is not in the WhatsApp group, please tell us so that I will share the WhatsApp group link. And okay, so let us go back to the topic. Now, after this thing, uh, flex variation column. So here we can, now let us have a height of 100 BH. 100 BH. BH is a vertical height. Okay, it is again a unit of measurement. Now for this thing, let me. Oh, okay. So if you have noticed here, we have a common class box and a separate class box one for the separate items. Now what I will be doing here dot box, and in this dot box will be assigning a width of, let's say, 300p. What is happening here? We have given a width of 300 px. Now 1 minute, let me get the border. Also. Now if you see here, as soon as one second, Okay, so it is not working. 1 second, let me check. Okay, so and let me have let's wrap. Now see how it works. So we have a display of flex direction, flex direction. Let me remove flex direction also because it has changed the reverse the cross axis. Now see what is happening here. So here we have a box. We have this box with a width of 500 pixels. Now, as soon as the space after the 4 will become or will become equal to or greater than 300 px, see, item will start coming on the top. So that is how it this thing will work like. See, so that is responsiveness automatically. So this is the mobile view, desktop view, and the extra large view. So that is how it is automatically adjusting. Now, if I okay, one more thing. So let us have a border here also. Let us increase the gap. So we'll have a border of 5p solid with 5. See, we have increased, we have created spaces also here. See, that is how it things will work. Now after this thing, let me fix it to 33.334. Right. Now it will remain as it is. See, it will remain as it is. It will not change because we have fixed the width to 33.33%. Now after this thing, let us see the next topic, which is called as the flex box or the ring property. So here, if you see the sequence is from 1 to 10. Now, for dot box 3, I want this to be on the order 4. Now see, where is the box 3? The box 3 now comes, the box 3 now comes after 10. Now, if I give for dot box 6 the order of 8, see, it comes after 3. Now, if I want to insert something between 3 and 6, what I use, so I will give a border of 7 order between 400, that is 5. See, now this box 7 is between is between 3 and 6. So the logic, what is the logic here in the flexbox ordering? The smaller one will be the first one, and the larger value of the order property will be in the last. Okay, so based on the value, you can identify, you can judge yourself. Now, after this thing, I hope this is clear to all of you what is flexbox ordering property. Now, after this thing, let us see the next thing here, which is called as the alignment and centering. Now, what is this alignment and centering and how it works? Okay. So for this thing, we will be having a plain structure, the display of plain flex. Okay, now what we have some justify content property. Okay, so what we use, let us have a border of let's say 5p solid with black color, and we'll have the justify content. So we'll have JC justify content, and the value will be flex of start. Now, by default, it will be in the start only, so it will not change anything. Next, end. You can see now. By default, as I've told you, display flex means everything will gets aligned in a row. So now things are moving in a row axis. Row axis means from left to right. So you can see here, after we'll have the painter, fetch. So it has the values like that. After that, we have some space, space between. Now spaces are between the items. Space around. Now spaces are around the items. Spaces evenly. Now evenly, the space is distributed among the items. So that is how this thing will work. Now, after this thing, 1 second, after this thing, 1 second, 1 minute. I classify. Okay, so okay, so after this thing, let us see the align property. Now, flex works in a row pattern and align works in the column pattern. But before this, let me have a flex direction. Let us see with let us see this all thing with let us see all this thing, all the same values and all this thing after changing the flex direction to column. Now, how this thing will work. So here we'll have the flex section of the column. And for the box property, we have the color is white. Font size, let me reduce this to 30 px. And after 30 px, after 30 px, we have the text align in the center and the padding of 10 px is fine. Now see, now the movement will be in the top to bottom. So we'll have the justify content. So by default, as I told you, it will be in the start. Out of X start, we have the flex of end. So you can have the okay, so you can have flex of end. 1 second, why it is not happening? Display of flex, justify content flex end. 1 second, something is wrong. Okay, so let us have a minimum height. Let's use a minimum height of 100. It's fine. Now it is fine. After this thing, let me have the next value, which is called as the center. And after center, we have the next value, which is called as the space between. See, equally, the spaces are distributed among all. After this space between, we have the next value as space around. See, around the space I've created. Now, after this thing, let us see the next property, which is called as the align item. Now we will align the items. Okay. Now how are we doing this? And align item is actually the opposite of justify content. So for this thing, for the box, we have the color as white. Font size, now let us change it to 100x and we'll have the text color in the center and padding of 10. Now after this thing, we have here dot container display of flex and we have a border property here and let me remove this thing. Now here if you see here justify content, so let me make this justify content. Okay, 1 second, some problem is there. So let me comment out. Okay. Now I use the align item property and we'll use the flex of start. Now we have the second property as flex of end. Now the things are moving in a pattern from top to bottom. After flex start, flex end, we have the property which is called as center. And after center, we have a different property altogether. So for this thing, let me have the structure like this. Now we'll use this to flex start. Now we have a property. If you see here, we have the items with different font size, Now, if I want the font size of all the item to be same, so we have align item baseline. Now, focus. Here, the base of all the items is same. Okay, if you have noticed here, irrespective of the shape and size, the base of all the items is same. So that is how it works like that. Now, one more thing, the day 3 attendance has been shared to you for your reference, and I request you all to please fill right here, right now, and I will wait for you people for 1 minute to fill. So let us have a 1 minute break for you, all of you, to fill the attendance. So once you have filled, please comment in the comment box that yes, filled, so that I have acknowledged that you all have filled. So day 3 attendance is here for your reference. Once you have filled it, please confirm that I have filled. Very good, Kamlesh. Very good. Let us wait. Let us check for one, two more people. Oh, hello sir, good evening. From past year, I have trying for two, but my resume is not getting shortly. I have to go for web development job. So guys, experience internship they will be asking, because how do they came to know that how you have worked, or in case you have, prepared some projects, so you can showcase your projects and to them, and then they will have a understanding that what you all have prepared, you have a knowledge. So that is how you can you can present yourself in front of other people. So that is why it is being said that even you have learned web development, but you have to make projects. So that will actually help in a lot for your people. So that is why it is being asked that do project for HTML, do project for CSS, do project for JavaScript, do project for React, do project for what all you have learned, do projects, showcase on LinkedIn, and you also have an idea that what you all you have made. It is not like that कि हाँ बना दिया सर वो अभी मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा है मैंने कैसे किया था. It is not like that. So this is how things will go like that. And what else? Yes, I have done some of my projects in web using File. So what all you have prepared, please showcase on your LinkedIn profile and make sure you have sufficient connections so that it will reach to the right people. And it actually then works a lot. And so currently I'm making a personal portfolio. Oh, very good. Portfolio is also a very important thing because from there you can showcase what all you have created. But before this thing, once you have a profile which you have where you have created at least 2 to 3 projects of React, 4 to 5 projects of JavaScript, then your portfolio, your profile will be on a very stronger note. Okay. So that is what is from my side. Do internships and also showcase. Yes, yes. That is what I am telling. Okay. But for you to get an internship, the most important thing is your projects. So the sequence is learn the languages, do projects, showcase your projects, then you will get internship. Then based on that internship, you will go further. That is the sequence. That is how things will move on. And let me tell you very important thing, Shanawaz. You have asked a very important, very correct thing, very right thing, because so many people are here. They actually don't know the path, how to move ahead, how to work. So very important thing. Okay, so do, because if you have time, please do projects. So many projects are available in YouTube. Please take the reference from them. Please prepare it, showcase on your LinkedIn profile, tag peoples, tag hashtags. You will get a very good job. You will get a very good internship also. But what you have prepared, you have the in-depth knowledge of the entire code, because the interviewers will give you a picture and they will tell make it, but that picture will not be available on any Google, any YouTube, any Facebook, anywhere else. So you have the in-depth knowledge and that thing will actually help you. So now coming back to Flexbox. So भाइयों कहाँ थे हम? Okay. So this is what about the baseline property. Now after this thing, let us see the next thing, which is the align content property. So align content, as the name says, it basically align items across the cross axis. Now, when it is aligning, so it is align item across the cross axis when there are extra space available. So now let us see how this thing will work. So, let me comment out this thing. Okay, so the structure will be like that, and we have the display of flex, a border property we have, and a height of, let me remove all this thing, height of 100 ph. Now after this thing, let me again comment it out. And for the box, we'll use this width property. Now, here, what we are doing here? we will be using a flex wrap of wrap also flex wrap of now things will be like that. Now let us apply the align content property. We use AC align content of flex of start. So by default it will be in the start only. So we have after we have start we have flex of and but it is in the end. After and we have the next property which is called as the center. Not property, these are the values. Property, the align content. And one more thing. Okay. Oh, thanks, Chanaval. We are always available for you to help you out. So that is why we are doing such kind of sessions. Okay, thank you. Yes, yes. This is the content which we are doing, I guess, every month. In the start of the month, we are doing this content for CSS, then JavaScript, then React, then we have Node or Angular or Express. It depends on the demand. So now coming back to the topic. So we have the align content as center. After align content center property, we have the next property which is called as a space between. After space between, we have space around. After space around, we have space evenly. So space evenly. One second. One second. One second. EVENLY. Okay, so space evenly is also working here. So we have these things here which works like that. Now after this thing, let us see the next property here. So how Flexbox are working. Now, so here what we are doing, we will see the next thing where we want to align a single item. Okay. If we so here what is happening here? Entire set of items are moving either left, right, top, bottom, evenly around. So that is how it works like that. Now, if I want for a single item to work, a single item to move. So how we will doing? So we will be doing this with the help of align self property. And this align self property will always be applied on the items. So what we will do, we apply dot box 2 will have some padding. Padding in the bottom of let's say 200p x 200px and let me also have let me do the wrap property and also we'll have the display of let's say border property here and align content we have the flex of start. Now what I will be doing here, let me add some irregularities so that it will be like that. Now let us do the align self property. How align self property is look. So we'll have a display of flex. A border is here and a height is here of 100 ph and align content. So what we do, we use the align item property. Now you see these three items are looking different. Now let me do the align self. I want this to be in the center. Align self. I want this to be in the end. Align self. I want this to be in the extract. But if I change this to end, now you will be able to easily judge how this thing will work. So that is basically all about align self property where you can align a single item where if you want to overwrite the current set of properties what has been given to the container. Now let us see the next thing here which is called as a flex grow, flex basis and flex shrink. So how this thing will work. So for this thing to work, let me have let me have the code to be like that. Now, how we will be aligning things here? So we have a plain display of flex, and here what we will be doing. So now see how things are aligned. So here a display of flex. So flex will align all the things in a row pattern. Now after this thing, if I give dot box a flex of 1. So here if you see, the space will be distributed equally. Now if I give for that box 2, for the box 2 dot box 2, a flex of 2. See, so twice of the space has been given to the item number 2, irrespective of the rest of the items. So that is how this thing will go. Now let us see the individual properties of flex grow, flex shrink, and flex basis. So for this thing, let me make it like that. So what we will do here, we have the okay. So for the box two, what I will give here, we will give flex grow, flex basis, and flex shrink. So that is the shortcut where I have given 1, 1, and 0. So this first one is for flex grow, second one is for flex shrink, and that 0 is for flex basis. Now let us see how individually we are working on it. So if I give here dot box 1 and dot box 2, so we'll give here flex basis of 400 px and flex basis, let us apply flex fb, flex basis of 300 px. So here this thing will work like that. Now after flex basis, will I use flex grow, flex grow to 2, and here I give fg flex grow to 1. Now see, flex grow. So what is flex grow? Flex grow means, so here what is happening? Twice of the space has been given to item number 2 and one part of the space has been given to item number 1. Now flex shrink. What is flex shrink? Fs flex shrink. I want this to be shrink 5 times, and here fs flex shrink to 3 times. Now when lesser space is available, so the item 1, so the box 1 will shrink 5 times. See, it shrinked more compared to the item number 2. So that is all basically the flex grow, flex basis, and flex shrink property. So here, oh, Kasif. So here comes to end of CSS Flexbox, and very well said by Navendu sir that without projects nothing will happen. So I hope everybody have filled attendance form also, and thanks to all of you. See you tomorrow at the same time with CS.